Okay, first the question will read like this. What is the slope of the line? When you see a question like that, they want to know what is the slope. Okay? What they want to know is, they want to know what part of this question represents slope. This question is now in standard form. Okay? The way to remember standard form is that the form is AX plus BY is equal to C. So it's standard when you go to elementary school that you learn your ABCs, and that's the way you can remember the standard form of a linear equation. Now, the next step that you would do to this is you need to put it into y equals mx plus b. This form right here is called slope-intercept form, okay? So you want to take this problem and you want to put it into this form. The first thing you need to do is you need to take this 3x. It's on this side of the y. It needs to be on the right side of the y. So you would subtract 3x from here, subtract 3x from this side, okay? Now, I will cross this out because it cancels out. I'm moving it from here to the other side of the equal sign. I will bring down my 4y. I'm going to bring down my equal sign. I'm going to bring this to the front because when it's in y equals mx plus b form, you have to have this next. So it'll be negative 3x plus 5. So I just brought this to the front and I brought the 5 to the back. Okay? Now, this still isn't in the correct form because it's y equals, and this is a 4y. So in order to get rid of this 4, we need to divide this side. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. So I'm going to divide everything by 4. Okay? Understand this. When you have a problem, it does not have to be, it could be in fraction form for the slope. This becomes 4 over 4. If you put that in your calculator, you will get a 1. Okay? So you end up with just a y. I'm going to bring down my equal sign. This will be negative 3 over 4x plus 5 over 4. Leave it in fraction form. And the reason why you need it in fraction form because most of the questions will give you the answer in fraction form. So now you need to find out, with this answer right here, what represents the slope? The M in this formula represents the slope. M like mountains, like when you go skiing on a mountain, on slopes, okay? So that's one way you can remember it. This is the slope, not the x, but the negative 3 over 4. That's the slope. This represents the y-intercept, okay? But the question was, what is the slope? Okay? So your answer would be, the slope is, you can put M, negative 3 over 4. Okay, so this is your answer. Now, I wanted to do another example. What you may want to do is, you have this problem. I want you to read through the problem. It says, what is the slope of the line? You need to circle slope because that's what you're looking for. Then what you should do with this recording is you should pause it, try to work the problem out, and then see if you get the same answer that I get. Okay, so we're trying to find a slope. This is in standard form. We don't want it in standard form because we can't find the slope that way. We need it in y equals mx plus b, which is slope-intercept form. Okay? So the first thing we did, just like we did on the last question, we need to take this 2x and move it to the other side of the equal sign. So we subtract 2x here, we subtract 2x here. The reason why I'm subtracting 2x is because this is positive. If this was negative, I would add, okay? And then it becomes a 0 to cancel out. So since it's a positive, I subtract 2x here. That cancels out. I'm going to bring down my 3y. I'm going to bring down my equal sign. I'm going to pull this to the front because the form is y equals mx plus b. So you put a negative 2x, and I'm going to bring this 6. Because there's nothing in front of the 6, it's positive. So it's plus 6. Now, I still don't have that in slope-intercept form because I have this 3 here. Now I need to get rid of this 3. Whatever you do to one side, you need to do to the other side. So I'm going to divide this by 3. That means I'm going to have to divide all of this by 3. So I divide this by 3. I divide this by 3. And I divide this by 3. So I divided the 3 by 3, the negative 2 by 3, and the 6 by 3. Okay? 3 3 divided by 3 is 1, so you get know what a y. You can put a 1 in front of this y if you like, or you can leave it like this. It's the same. It's understood that it's a 1 in front of it. Equal negative 2 over 3x. And then this can be reduced. If you have your calculator, or if you don't, and you don't know how to reduce, you can always use a calculator. And if you have a TI 83 plus, you can always go to the math function and reduce this, okay? But we know that 3 goes into 6 2 times. Okay? So the question was, read the question again so you know what are they looking for. They want me to tell them what is the slope, okay? The slope is the number that represents m, and it's in front of the x. So the slope for this problem would be negative 2 over 3. So you write m is equal to negative 2 over 3. This is your answer. This is the slope. Okay, so this is the slope. This is the y-intercept. Now for question 3, we have a different question. It says find the slope of the line that passes through the points 3 and 1 and 5 and 7. Okay, so what they're asking you for, find out what is the key word. What do they want to know? They want you to find the slope. So it's the same thing, we're going to find the slope, okay? I'm going to label these. This is x sub 1, y sub 1. Because this is x in the first set, this is y in the first set. X sub 2, y sub 2. Okay? Now I'm going to put in the formula for slope. Y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Okay? And then I'm just going to take these numbers and fill them in here. Okay? So I'm going to take the first thing I'm going to take is the 7 and put it right here. So I take the 7 because that's y sub 2. Okay? And that would be what you're replacing. Now I'm going to take this number, y sub 1, because the y's are on top. Okay? Do your division sign. And then you can do 5 minus 3. Then you can just do the work. 7 minus 1 is 6. And I'm covering up so you can see it. And then you do 5 minus 3, which is 2. Okay? You can reduce this. 2 goes into 6 3 times. So your slope is 3. So the answer to this question is m, which represents slope, is 3. This is your answer. I'm also going to go over another way that you can do this problem in your calculator.